India can become the next robotic capital of the world if all our engineering colleges will come together and start talking about robotics, start learning robotics, start teaching robotics, and start involving the young minds into robotics. The robotics companies are into in every sector we need there is a huge scope. You can talk about agriculture, there is a huge scope into agriculture robotics, there is a huge scope for space robotics, there is a huge scope for underwater robotics. You can talk about healthcare robotics, huge market in terms of business. Hello educators, today we are talking about where is India in the field of robotics. Everybody say India is leading, India is growing, and I am also happy. India being a developing country and still it's developing, and we are talking about 5 trillion economy growing, talking about growth rates, but there is a high point. There is something called as alarming. If you look at the global robotics trend and the robotics market, where is India? I'll tell you, India is nowhere. It's high time for India to come, develop and work in the field of robotics. Why? Today you talk about the humanoid robots across the globe. There are many countries who are ready with a humanoid robot, but India is not yet. So there are a lot of challenges. So the startups, entrepreneurs in the field of robotics are struggling with the investment because this is a completely hardware, and hardware needs a lot of capital investment. But if you look at the entire space of .com or cart or whatever in India, there's a lot of investments are flowing, but for the hardware development and for hardware startups there is no such investment. But meantime government also is trying to focus. So it's a high time for all of us to think about research, development, developing own technology. Indianization of technology is very, very important for all of us. At this point of time, who should play the bigger role? Is it government, or is it you and me, or the robotic entrepreneurs, or is it the academic institutions? So if you ask me, then my answer is here: India can become the next robotic capital of the world if all our engineering colleges will come together and start talking about robotics, start learning robotics, start teaching robotics, and start involving the young minds into robotics. So the journey will start from academics. The journey will start from the classroom to a leader, to a global leader. In the classroom, we have to bring robotics. We have to bring robotics to each and every classroom, be it a school, be it a college. And we have to empower our young minds with robotic skill sets. Robotics is a multidisciplinary skill sets, so it needs multiple stakeholders who has to come together and utilize their mind, brain together to develop robots and robotic skill sets in India. If we create robotics knowledge and human resource who are capable and competitive to develop technology for the globe, then India can rise to a global leader. So if I say there will be hundreds, not there will be thousands, there is lakhs of robotic company has to come from India, and there will be few robotic giants should be from our country India, then India will be recognized globally. If you look at robotics, there is a mechanical part, there is a electrical part, there is a electronics part, there is a lot of hardware component. You can talk about sensor, you can talk about artificial intelligence, you can talk about camera, and lot of mechanical small part, and these parts are not plentifully available in the market, and this is purely customized. You have to customize and design it. Be it today we are talking about the Boston Dynamics, today we are talking about Unitary from China, Boston Dynamics from US, and these are the company who are doing miraculous job in the globe. And today India, where is India? India has to start. India has to build this technology. So if we get back to our engineering colleges in India, be it in national important institution, be it a private institution, and we start talking about robotics in our institutions, and we involve our young minds into building new robots, you involve our professors and the researchers in robotic research, organize various conference, technical festival, robotic challenge, and then various robotic companies will come. The robotics companies are into very in every sector. We need a there is a huge scope. You can talk about agriculture. There is a huge scope into agriculture robotics. There is a huge scope for space robotics. There is a huge scope for underwater robotics. You can talk about healthcare robotics, huge market in terms of business. So right now developing technology for these sectors and testing the technology, validating the technology, and taking the technology from the classroom or from the laboratory to the market would be the journey. And this journey is only possible if we come with a mindset that we want to bring robotics to our classroom, educate our students into robotics, and empower them to become entrepreneur, and empower a researcher to produce patents. Then only we can scale this journey. And I'll tell you, 5 years is not a big time. 5 years is also sufficient. 5 years is not a less time. 5 years is a sufficient time if all the engineering colleges in India will come together and start promoting robotics and start building solutions for the robots. Then we become the robotic capital of the world. Today you can talk about iPhone. iPhone is not, you might be manufacturing in India with putting a stamp, made in India, but this is not developed in India. Apple is not in here. Today you are using Samsung TV. You can talk about any LED TV. Most of them, who are the global leaders in India, all the global players are doing business in India, but none of single company has able to come to the front line. So robot is a nascent field, and there is a huge opportunity for all of us, and we can come together and become a leader, and we can start using our own robots, developing for our use case, and we can also build these robots for the global market. Then only this field will grow. And I'm telling very clearly, one home, one robot is a dream, and every home will have a robot in future. And this is the market, the biggest market after computing. Artificial intelligence is also very important, because the robots can be more intelligent, can be more user friendly with artificial intelligence. So it's a high time we need to create center of excellence on robotics, on artificial intelligence, and we have to collaborate, and we have to do joint research with space, with agriculture. So we have to open an agriculture robotics wing there. There is a healthcare institution, so we have to set up a research center for healthcare robotic research center in a healthcare or medical university. We have to collaborate with marine institution or ocean technology institution to develop robots for the ocean technology, and we have to collaborate with the space technology institutions to develop robots for the space. So this is how the robotic market is going to be, you can evolve in India. And this is my thoughts, and you guys can give your inputs also here, and let us work together to make India the next robotic capital of the world, not by speaking. Let's start working by creating center of excellences across our country, and make this is a important point to practice. Get involved with robotics and develop robots.